It's recording right now.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Dadisi Najib, hearing officer for San Francisco Public Works, and Jackie Vo is the clerk for this hearing today. This hearing is being recorded via Zoom and will be available afterward through a link on the San Francisco Public Works website, sfpublicworks.org. As this is a virtual hearing, there is no sign-in sheet, so if you would like to receive information about the results of today's hearing, please send an email to the email address listed on the hearing notice. This public hearing is being held to consider one item, hearing order number 210315 to consider violation number 010324-001-001. The violation is for the obstruction of the street and sidewalk, Article 15, Section 723, and unpermitted occupancy, Article 15, Section 724.5, at the location of 468 Geary Street on the Derby Alley frontage. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So my job as a hearing officer is to gather the facts from the hearing item today, listen to your testimonies, and help our Director of Public Works make determinations. I will not be making any decisions today. Instead, I will forward the findings from this hearing and make my recommendation to the director. The director will make the final determination. And then once the director's determinations are made, the department will notify you of them if you have provided contact information. The hearing will proceed as follows for just one case today, which is hearing order 210315. I will ask the public works staff to speak first and present the case. There is no time limit for our presentation. Then I will allow the property owner or the appellant, in this case it's an appellant, to speak. And then any members of the public or witnesses who want to speak. Each speaker will have up to 3 minutes. And the clerk will monitor the time for all speakers and will indicate when the speaker has 30 seconds left. If you are a party to this proceeding, I will call on you to speak. And if you would like to use visual materials in your presentation, please let me know before you speak so that we can have our clerk assist you and also have the standard 3 minutes to provide your comments. If you're a member of the public or witness who wants to speak, wait for me to call for public comments, then use the Zoom's raise your hand feature if you're on a computer to put yourself in the queue to speak. If you're dialing in on your phone, you're going to dial *9 to indicate that you're raising your hand. And when it's your turn to speak, I'll recognize you. If on your phone and you're muted, press *6 to unmute yourself. And if you would like to use visual materials in your presentation, please let me know before you speak. You'll have the standard 3 minutes to provide your comments. Comments and questions should be addressed to me and not to the department or the applicant. If you cannot finish your comments within the allotted time, you may submit written testimony to me by the end of this hearing. If I feel a question is warranted, I will ask the question. After all comments are completed, I will close the item. We will now begin the hearing. At this time, I'll open the hearing to public comments. I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself. And now we will begin the hearing. Jessica Salome, who's our Public Works representative, can you give your presentation, please? Thank you.
Yeah, hi, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so this is for Public Works, or my name is Jessica Salome. I am a inspection supervisor for Public Works, and I'll be presenting today for order number 210315 for the address of 468 Geary Street for the Derby Street occupancy. So a little background on this. We received a complaint, and I believe Captain Mary Shea from San Francisco Fire she's trying to get on to the hearing right now. They're having a little technical difficulties for it. Overall, we're just here to discuss the notice of violation that was issued on January 3rd. The notice of violation it came forth from us being contacted by San Francisco Fire, with the concerns of life safety on Derby Alley and the backside of 468 Gary. Applicable codes that we have are Article 15, Section 723 and 724.5 for obstructions and encroachments upon the public right of way that are prohibited. Exceeding permissible use or occupation without permissions. This is the condition, the locations found. 468 Gary is this red box here that you see on the screen. The backside of it is Derby Street, which is a small knock-through alley where a fence was erected. As you can see from the overview, this is the small building here. And there's a fence that has been erected along Derby Street. As you can see from this photo, this is the fence that was erected, blocking access to fire, life safety, and buildings. A copy of the notice of violation that was posted on January 3rd. Excuse me. A copy of the notice that was mailed to the property owner. And on our mailing activities on February 9th, an appeal letter was received from counsel from the property owner. On February 13th, we contacted counsel for the property owner and communicated a hearing would be scheduled for March 13th and expressed willingness to meet and further discuss in advance of the hearing. On February 27th, we received an email from counsel for the property owner indicating desire to meet and discuss after having time to digest internally. The meeting was scheduled and held on February 29th. On March 5th, there was a site visit to Derby Street, which was conducted with Public Works, San Francisco Fire personnel, and representatives for the property owners, and the property owners were present. Potential fence relocation options were discussed. On March 12th, Public Works communicated willingness to take the hearing off the calendar, while we also identified the need to advance things towards resolution by completing specific tasks by date certain. For example, the need to reduce current footprint by March 22nd and submit permit applications for certain work that may allow the fence to be retained. On March 13th, the hearing was taken off the calendar. On March 19th, Public Works reiterated the need to remove the fence. In the very near future, schedule call for March 20th. On March 20th, interagency meeting with Public Works and SFFD representatives for the property owners. The property owners was held, communicated the need to relocate the fence to the satisfaction of Public Works and SFFD by March 27th. On March 28th, a reinspection confirmed the fence remained and failed to comply after being provided opportunity and time. Public Works communicated that due to an action, a hearing would be scheduled for April 10th today, and fines would accrue daily. On April 1st, representative for the property owners provided updated plan set with proposed fence relocation, continued to ignore the short-term demands of the departments, and opted to focus on long-term occupancy that may never be permissible. On April 3rd, San Francisco Fire Department communicated that the fence proposal was not acceptable and all elements of occupancy need to be removed immediately. On April 5th, the Public Works hearing sent the hearing order. The fence still remains. And the property owners have installed and maintained an unpermitted fence that obstructs Derby Street and has been cited by San Francisco Fire Department as presenting life safety issues. Property owners, despite being provided leniency and opportunity to retain the fence to some extent, failed to take meaningful action or otherwise demonstrate an actual willingness or ability to take the actions necessary to come into compliance on the short term or long term. As it's such, it would be Public Works recommendation to hold up the NOV and require all elements of occupancy to be removed from the public right of way within 7 days and to secure permits allowing for the fencing to remain before being able to reinstall, even if San Francisco Fire hadn't accepted the proposal for temporary fence placement. However, since fire department has rejected the proposal, it is moot and Public Works is still seeking immediate removal within 7 days in the event of non-compliance. All accrued fines should be assessed along with expenses incurred by the department in removing the fence, should we be required to do so in order to bring it about compliance. That's all I have. Captain Mary Shea is also on the call now. And she can speak on the fire department's behalf.
Hi, can anybody hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
All right, so the chief has reviewed all the proposal, you know, including the new fence and all that. Based on the dimensions, you know, how much room there is, the width, you know, and all that. There's no way we can do ladder operation down there. And the engine needs to be able to go further down the alley and not just halfway. It's just absolutely no room, so the proposed, you know, new fence, the proposal has been rejected. And he wants the immediate removal of everything that prevents, that means the fence that prevents the firefighting operation all the way at the end of the alley. That's the decision of the fire department.
Thank you, Fire Chief. Jessica, do you have any additional comments?
I do not.
Okay, so that concludes Public Works presentation.
Yes,
Okay. Is the appellant here to speak? If so, you have 3 minutes to make your presentation.
Can you hear us now? Hello?
yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Okay, we were just wondering if our counsel was there, but apparently not. Thank you for your presentation.
I don't think that we can continue without if they are not here. This our attorney is not there right
Hello.
now.
Yeah, hello.
Tony, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi. Can you all hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Hi, I'm sorry. I hadn't been admitted as a panelist, I guess. Anyway, thank you. I was just admitted. Can you I just want to confirm you can hear and see me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. My name is Tom Tunney. I am attorney for the property owners, I am appearing today on behalf of my colleague, John Kevlin, who staff has been working with. He's out of the country this week, so couldn't attend the hearing. And also Gillian Allen from our office, who's been part of this process. I appreciate the detailed background and in particular the process of us and the property owners working with Public Works and Fire on this issue. There were parts of it we didn't understand that were a little bit filled in, but not completely. We had this site visit. I know my colleagues had the site visit with staff and put together drawings of the proposed fence, both temporary and long-term. And I appreciate the comments and input from Ms. Shea. I guess maybe this is for her or for Public Works. was there, we expected there to be comments on the plans and drawings that we prepared, the draft for submittal, that we could then revise if necessary, so that they worked, and that there was a way that the fence could be done that accommodated mainly fire's needs. So there was suddenly things changed for us where we thought we were working on these drawings in a possible solution, then to hear that it just didn't work. Is there a configuration of the fence that would work, which we'd be, happy to do and make work, but we just never got any comments on what we had proposed.
So the alley is just way too tight for any kind of fencing that at all. The proposed fencing where he's only on one half of the side, it's just not possible for ladder operation. So that's why it was determined that we cannot accept the proposal. The alley is just not wide enough.
When everybody was there at the property and doing the site visit, and there was the discussion about locating it so that ladders could access the buildings the way the department needed, at that time, that seemed to solve the problem. Did something change between then and now?
No, at that time, you guys, the building owner was supposed to submit plans showing all the dimension and how much room we would have once the fence is up, how much clearance from the building, the fire escape, how our ladder angle would be. But
Right.
after looking at the plans, I mean, there's just absolutely not enough room for us to put up the ladders. And even when we do somehow put up the ladder, it's really difficult for us to get on the ladder. And also, the fence prevents the engine from getting way down toward the end of the alley. Even though the buildings at the end, specifically the one on the left, is unoccupied, we still need to get our engine as close to it as possible so that the firefighter can access the building. So a fence down the alley down there at all is just not working for fire. That's why we want everything there removed to put the alley back to where it was.
Can I just point
Yes,
out
please.
something?
Please.
For one thing, at the entrance of the alley, the left sidewalk is completely blocked by metal posts. So what we proposed in the fencing does not alter that fact for, hindering the engine or not. That's number one. Number two, I'm wondering to incorporate those rules and requirements, engine getting all the way in, access 36 inches around the standpipe, 70 degrees laddering, plus space for a fully equipped firefighter.
Excuse me, Osman, I don't want to interrupt. Hold that thought. Right now, Mr. Tunney, you were giving your presentation, right? This is Hearing Officer Dadisi Najib. You had 3 minutes to make your presentation, right?
Yes.
Okay, are you finished with your presentation?
The speaker is my client, the property owner.
Okay, I understand. But the process is that you give your presentation and then she'll have time to make her presentation, and then she'll have 3 minutes to speak.
Okay, well, I was finished.
Okay.
Yeah. So, did you want someone else to speak before she started to give her presentation?
No, I think
Okay.
the fire department representative is allowed to respond to your questions.
Yes,
That you
yes.
had, and then once she's done, then Ms. Osman will be able to make her presentation and ask questions, and then we'll, to whomever, either myself or the DPW or fire department representative will then be allowed to respond. Does that make sense?
That does. Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
because right now she's responding on your time, and so I just wanted to make that clear. Okay. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
had-
I just mute him. I just mute him. Okay,
Okay.
officer, you want me to mute him? Thomas?
No, he can finish,
Okay,
making his comments and
Okay.
then, if is his 3 minutes up?
Okay, I'm gonna time him up. We allow him to have 3 minutes,
He's,
and then I will,
I think his time is up, but
okay, your time is up.
okay,
Okay,
I think it was around 3 minutes. I was
Yeah.
finished anyway, and
okay,
Ms. Shea had responded to my questions, and so I thought it was best for my client then, having heard from Ms. Shea, to then
okay.
present what she had about the
Okay,
alley.
so,
Okay.
okay.
That works.
Okay, so we're gonna end your comments right there, Mr. Tony. Thank you so much for your participation. If you have additional comments or anything that you want me to know, you can either put it in the chat or you can email, I guess you could put it in the chat before the hearing is over and I'll try to respond. Does that make sense?
That does.
And,
That
okay,
do.
okay. And so, next up, if the appellant has comments to make, please go ahead and proceed. You have 3 minutes. And then when you're 30 seconds out from your 3 minutes, our clerk, Ms. Jackie Vo, will let you know. Thank you.
okay, you have 3 minutes.
Yeah. First, I want to jump back to the earlier presentation of, the history of the situation, and want to add as a public information that the current setup was okayed and by the fire department several times. We also worked with application for a permanent fence. The plan checker okayed the setup, and we had the support from the police department, Captain Lazar, Union Square Alliance, and the fire department. This is all documented. That said, if we jump to the current situation, we were hoping and trusting that city agencies are not here to fine us or punish us, but advise us how to position or defense or work with defense in order to protect construction by telling us what exactly is required, what exactly is the framework. And this is something I want to, pass on to the fire chief. What we understood up to now: standpipe access, engine access, laddering angles, plus panic hardware for egress. That's what we understood. And that's what we would like to work on. And when I say work on, we really put effort, money, time into working on that. We have no interest to hide behind that fence, to park cars, plant trees, I don't know. None of that. I don't want the space. It's hassle. But we need it for a certain time to be safe and to find contractors who are willing to work with us. That said, I think in the last couple of days, this was just so surprising and shocking, because the meeting on site happened. Everybody was chiming in. They had comments. Everybody gave ideas. Everybody explained rules, and we tried to incorporate in the proposed plan.
Sorry,
And-
interruption, but you have a few seconds, so wrap it up, please. If the officer allow you to talk more, okay?
Yes. So what's the last
Uh,
question?
Also that the alley did not get smaller.
Yeah.
It's the same alley 4 years ago. 4 years ago, the fire department gave us the okay. 3 months ago, they gave us the okay. The building department, the SF, the Public Works gave us the okay 3 years ago. Why suddenly everything changed? Same alley, same problem. I mean,
Okay.
the alley did not change, fire department changed towards us. SF Public Works changed towards us. I mean,
Okay.
suddenly we became the bad guys.
Okay, Mr.
And
Osman,
you're threatening us with the fines and this and that, which is not acceptable. That's it.
okay, I think that concludes the presenter's time. Are there any other presenters that wish to speak on this issue? Any other members of the public? Or a representative of the appellant? Our fire department representative, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Chief Mary Shea.
Okay, thank you, Chief Mary Shea.
So
Do you
my,
care to just
Mhm.
respond
Yes,
briefly to them?
yeah. So the fire department has never okayed the fence. We've always asked for its removal. We've reached out to other agencies to ask for its removal. It was explained to us initially, there was some kind of permit for erecting a fence to protect construction equipment while there was construction work on the buildings back there. That construction work has never happened in the last 4 years. Okay. And when I talked to DBW, the intent of that permit wasn't to put down permanent fencing, like literally like drilled into the ground, okay, and to seal off the alley like this. And I want to reiterate again, the fire department has never approved the fence and has always insisted on its removal. Now, there were proposals last time that they can try to make it work. And we said, well, let's see what your proposal are and we'll look at the dimensions. And like you say, the alley did not expand or decrease. The alley is the same size. And we looked at the size of the alley and we looked at our operation, how much room we need. And we determined that alley cannot have a fence down there. And that's our final decision. The fire department has never at any point okayed the fence in any way. We gave the owner time to work on getting rid of the fence. We've asked DPW what was the procedure to go and remove the fence, but we never said the fence can stay. Okay, so that's the response of the fire department. It is, the fence will hamper our efforts to go down the alley and fight a fire at the building at the end of the alley. That's it.
Thank you, Officer. Sorry, Chief Mary Shea.
That's it.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I just have one question for the appellant. It's not clear to me why you didn't comply after you all had your meeting and the department asked you to bring your designs or your proposal to them for a mutually agreed upon solution, why that didn't happen. Someone has their hand raised. Jackie.
Okay, so I'm gonna
And just
let's,
briefly, 3-minute response,
Sure.
please.
all right, I'll let Thomas talk
Okay,
first.
okay.
Okay,
3 minutes, Thomas.
okay,
Thank you, thank you. And I'd like to, I'm going to speak quickly and reserve my time for Mr.
Thank
Uner to
Great
respond, but
recommendation. They've been keeping us.
To the
Someone's
hearing-
not muted.
to your
Please mute your
question,
phones. Go ahead, Thomas.
yeah, thank you. To your specific question, we did absolutely 100% submitted drawings of a fence in a configuration we thought and did address. We had the site visit that was noted in the timeline presented, and were given direction by fire as to what could work or would work for the fence, and that was submitted in drawings, and it showed how the ladders would have the angle and the space they needed. So at that time it addressed what we understood to be the concerns, and then instead of
But was it implemented?
No, it was submitted as a draft to be approved. And once approved, then we would have done the work. But we never got the opportunity to do that. All of a sudden, we out of nowhere got a message saying you can't have any fence at all now, is what we're understanding. And so we just have been surprised by this complete reversal from, yeah, this, the message was kind of, this should work. And this is how you need to do it. Submit the plan showing that, which we did, and then to a response where no, nothing would work at all.
Not even the proposed,
Temporary, even the proposed temporary, right, that did provide the angle and spin of the ladders.
okay. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Mr. Tunny.
And if you could let Mr. Osman Uner, that's his first name, Osman, on the screen, respond as well, I'd appreciate it. He knows about the details as well. Thank you. Go ahead, Osman.
Yeah, the fire chief, you said you never accepted, but I wish our architect was here. We had meeting with the fire department in 4 or 5 years ago. We gave all the plans in, and in fact, I had a receipt in my hand that we paid for the clearing check, that I paid $120. And that time after the meetings that the fire department got supported. If you want, I can ask our architect, and he can get you the date of the meeting and the plans he gave the fire department. So I think that you don't have enough information for the past rate. You just know last 3 years, but there's a history behind it.
Okay.
And then a few times that fire inspectors were here, and when they find out that we have 24 hours front desk, this and that, and they say no problem, they drop the case towards again.
And we had a lockbox installed according the fire department's website program, and that was also okay. It was a suggestion, and we paid for that. So I see a conflict between the requirements of the fire department and DPW, the right of way, because the situation is like that. If the fence remains in the current position, then the engine can come in.
Excuse me, is there a reason why you just didn't remove it and then start the process of, I'm not understanding why you just didn't remove it when asked.
Okay, sure. I tell you why we didn't remove it. The reason we didn't remove it because to remove it and put it back, and just what they understood from the fire department meeting, that we have to remove the fence just a couple feet towards inside. To remove the whole thing and then put it back again, it costs money for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. I mean, as you know, that Union Square, it's a hotel restaurant, our business is extremely slow. The Union Square is not the same Union Square. I mean, this thing is costing us money. I mean, to remove this and and a week later to put it back again 2 feet back, no. I mean, it's not logical. That's why we didn't remove it.
And the tone of the fire department and DPW was very encouraging. They were working with us. They were consulting. So there was a true sense of, okay, we figure that out. We make everybody happy. And that's what.
Okay, yes. Okay. I think you've made your point. I really appreciate the due diligence on both sides. It looks like, the department tried to partner with you all and come up with a solution. I think everyone's had a chance to speak and present their case, and I've heard both sides. I won't be making a decision today. I will make my recommendations to our Public Works Director, and she'll make the final decision. If there's no other comments from members of the public, or if I think Fire Chief Mary Shea has offered her comments, I think sufficiently that there's no need to respond unless she wants to. And if there's no other comments from Public Works, I think that we can close this item.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay, thank you all for your participation. Really appreciate it. And you'll be notified once a decision has been made.
And how long will that take?
I'm not sure. Probably a couple of weeks. I'll be forwarding my comments to the director this week, so I'm not sure how long that generally takes her to get her decision back to our inspections department for notification. So,
Okay, thank you, madam.
all right. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Chief Mary Shea. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, hearing officer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.